Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good day. Welcome to the Sinking City, a game I have not played, although I've seen bits, I think, on various YouTube videos. It is a game I have long wanted to play, and so now we're going to start it. On a purely technical note, if anybody wants to know the settings, the difficulty is, this is the default, which is fine by me. I'm going to leave that at default. For the video settings, you can see as they are there. I've actually got the screen set to 60 Hz, so it won't be trying to run at full speed. You'll notice that it has set everything to either Epic or Ultra, with the exception of anti-aliasing, which I have switched off because at high resolutions, in principle, you don't really need it. So, shall we start? Good afternoon, Armin. How are you doing? I hope everybody is sitting comfortably, because we are about to begin. Do you think I should read all the various messages? Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes Vanderberg. Well, it already looks like this is going to be a GPU heavy game, judging by the activity I'm seeing. Which is slightly weird because I'm not seeing anything. Well, this is not encouraging. Have I crashed? It appears not. Well, this is not off to a good start. Oh, dear me. This is really not off to a good start. Oh, that's interesting. The GPU says it's busy. Perhaps I should have actually tried running. Well, normally my experience is if this... Well, that is very strange. Well, perhaps the lesson we shall gain from this is it doesn't work on the Let me just... I'm pretty certain this is actually supposed to pop into a cutscene, but it isn't doing it, which is most infuriating. Well... This is not hopeful. And such a shame. I thought I did a fairly good reading there. This is just the usual startup. I am going to be quite infuriated. This game is classed as playable under Linux or on Steam Deck. Well, that's what I'm doing. Not seeing anything too weird. Huh? Not seeing anything that would normally affect this. Okay, I've already read this. Well, at a guess I'd say please don't tell me this is one of these games where you nope. Well, how infuriating is this? Something is happening, at least according to my G-overlay display. The GPU is surprisingly busy. The CPU is doing something. But nothing appears to be happening. Pretty certain this is not supposed to be working in this fashion. Oh well, let's see. Well, if nothing else, I think what we have determined is that there is one thing I should check now that I think about it. Although I doubt it'll make any difference, I'm going to check and make sure what the controls are. Okay, let's see. Controls. Move forward. Okay, we haven't got anything unexpected here. Alright. That's all normal. I will do one thing with the video. All I've done is make it windowed for now. Well, I'm very sorry about this. This has turned into a complete disaster. Oh dear. Well, this is where you can either just stop watching while I try and figure out what is going on. See if anybody is reporting. Yep, when I hit new game, all I get is a black screen. No. So I'm not the first person. Okay. If there is a fix, it's going to be complicated. One suggestion apparently is to try running it with Proton Experimental, which I shall endeavour to do. Properties. Compatibility. Force the use of a specific... Alright, let's try that. Well, if nothing else, we'll get to see what happens. I wonder if I can get my money back. Fortunately, it was on sale, so I didn't have to pay full whack. So what I'm now doing is I'm running it under Proton Compatibility, Experimental. Alright, let's try one more time. Oh, maybe that's what this stream will turn into. Ooh. Fatal error does not strike me as being a good thing. Okay. I was so looking forward to playing this. Oh, that's starting up. Is there anything else over here? Still, it seems it is. Now, what's interesting is that right now, well, maybe. Oh, okay. So I'm trying Proton hotfix. This is the first time I've had a problem with a game that Steam says is playable. And playable doesn't normally mean it's a huge problem. But we shall see. Well, nothing else, you can watch me struggle as I try and figure this out. Yep, that, and we're back to black screen. Great. It's definitely not supposed to be there. Oh my goodness. This actually seems to be wow, there appears to have been problems with this. Going back some time. As recently as a year ago. Let me just check something here. Maybe there is something I missed. Huh. Price just went up. Let's see. Yes, I know, it's already in my Steam library. Interesting thing is, I paid £7 for this yesterday. As of today, it's gone up to £37. It is Steam Deck compatibility is verified. In my experience, then if it works on Steam Deck, it should work on Linux. It does say this game's first time setup requires an active internet connection. Well, I don't seem to have had a huge problem with that. This is definitely a first for me. I do not wish to be messing around with this all day. Let's see if there's anything on Reddit. know it compiled Vulkan. Drivers yesterday. Was it earlier today? Yesterday, that was not a problem. Well, at least at this rate, I'm probably not going to be getting people trying to sell me goods and services on Twitch. Ah! Alright, okay. I am actually going to okay, so how did I get it running, you may ask. This is for anybody who comes along this and says, how did I get it running? Okay, so here's what I did. Bearing in mind I'm running Linux Mint with the Cinnamon front end. Okay, so on the Steam library I go to Properties. Under Compatibility I stated force the use of a specific Steam Play compatibility tool, and the one that I ended up using just now was ULWGL Proton version 8.0-5-3, and that's how I got to that particular display. So I am going to start over. How long has this taken me? It has taken me 22 minutes to get this far. Second time lucky. I will now 22 minutes. I didn't want to start anything, you see, and up till now these games have not been a problem. So what I'm going to do is take us back to windowed full screen, and then we shall see what we shall see. All right. Cross fingers. Propitiate any local gods who may be watching. Yes, I'm sorry about that, Armin. I'll try and stay awake long enough so that we get the full experience. Should I read out the letter again? No, forget it. I've done that once. Ah, so this is Mr. Charles Reed. He was in the Navy, and he is suffering from hallucinations, it looks like. I can only assume this is part of his dream that has made him come here in the first place. Well, graphically, this is quite impressive, it has to be said. For those of a technical mindset, you may be interested to know that my GPU is running at about 70% and my CPU is running at 18%. Oh, that looks like a Browning.
I never have to use it. Something tells me I will.
Oh, this is the letter I read at the beginning. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me a second. I'm very sorry. I have to take a message. Ah, it's alright. I assume we're on board that ship. Is there anything else here? Is this one of these pick everything up that you can?
Never trust a tourist advertisement. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oh, this looks very familiar. Okay. What am I supposed to do about that? Oh, Mind Palace. Oh, okay. What they've done here is they've changed the name of the firearms. Oh, okay. That does not look particularly encouraging. I mean, that looks almost like a squid with a skull attached.
Now get out.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Much obliged, Mr. Vandenberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont is no easy task. Most maps I found anyone given this regular package ship is the only one that said. isn't it?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Potter. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without sea. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite its atmosphere.
You said you know something that can help me with my visions of the worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not common. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the home. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust, philanthropist, scholar, patron of the famous Oakmont University, a man of great ambitions and even greater. Good night.
I need a place to lay my head. Any recommendations?
Fear me, I've already feathered them this morning. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Roof. Isn't it?
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Clarence. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Roof?
Take this map. Mark the hotel and other places.
Good places. What?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to go. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you'd better know where to turn in search of help.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vandenberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligence, gathering seeds of thought like moths or
So quiet. We have much of a market for philosophy these days.
there is no consciousness within this domain. No better moment for clarity than time.
That's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No, no. The pleasure was mine.
Ah, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry. I'm the kind of man who fights.
I've got a question. How come is... Oh, I see, he's undercover. Now, did he make me have this entire conversation while getting completely soaked by the rain? What I find slightly dubious, they're talking about the rising waters. If the waters were rising here, they should be rising all over the place. That does not look very good. I mean, and they just left it lying around here? Well, I have to say, this place certainly does have atmosphere.
Hey, knock it off.
Huh, that was interesting. I'm just going to have a mosey around on the grounds that why not? Well, that obviously is a shark. I couldn't tell you the species, but it is bothersome that something with what looks like a massive bite radius has taken a chunk out of it there. What is this obsession with octopuses? What are they doing? Oh, this place must stink.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Can't catch a mackerel since it was Innsmouth took over the fishing business.
Ah,
Can't catch a mackerel since it was
Okay.
Innsmouth took over the fishing business.
Innsmouth was another town from H.P. Lovecraft's work. I can't remember if he wrote about a town called Oakmont, but Innsmouth is famous in Lovecraft's works. I'm trying to remember the name of the story. I know, I should be moving on with the game, but I'm just having a look around. And I am pleased to say it's not troubling my system whatsoever. Yeah. CPU utilization is positively minor. One thing that slightly bothers me, now that I think about it, what is he doing? What's he praying to? I mean, I could probably hazard a guess, but I'm...
The end is nigh. It will begin again. But as down comes up, the seed is sown.
The other thing they're talking about with the rising waters is, how tall was this pier then, before the waters started rising? Because it doesn't look like it's particularly flooded. Or am I being needlessly picky? What I might do is restart tomorrow, now that we know how to get it running, and depending on how many people watch, I may just restart tomorrow and maybe move things forward a slightly faster instead.
I don't care much about excuses. No one leaves the
Oh my goodness.
and that is fine.
Excuse me. You Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
My name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator. Just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, sir. Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle on Zaya?
Well, like I said, fighting people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of the deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool here says he felt Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. And he tried to bite him.
We don't believe it.
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, not my words.
Take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsbruckers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. Now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. Port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir, agitate against us. The Throckmorton family. We are the pillar in this community. Not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm never good at tracking down missing people. We'll find out.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. What have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use everything you can get.
Fair. You have a point, newcomer.
So, did you just say feral? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. There are things fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
So,
I am tempted to ask this question, but I'm going to try not to, because that would strike me as being rude.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dave, did you not listen at all? We told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, then left to call me. When I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen. Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a prompt eye. Was standing right in front of it.
You mentioned the lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
I mean, he, yes. I tell you what, his features are not necessarily...
Weather, Mr. Throgmorton. It's time for me to get started.
I'm sure there's meaning to it,
Calmer and be quick about it.
but actually, it while his hairstyle is unusual, that extreme distance between the nose and the lip there, that is rather reminiscent of fetal alcohol syndrome. So do we check out the house, or do we check out the lifeboat? I'm going to go check out the lifeboat.
Where's your Oberon, Titania?
Albert Throgmorton's will. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you. Don't go to the depths below Oakwant. We never should have done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor, I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids. Every time I close my eyes, the cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. In the end it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. He's here. Oh, it's a diving helmet. Why is it glowing?
Something with this helmet. It just makes chills. What's wrong with it?
I wish this game had more of a walk, run action rather than run at full speed all the time. Oh. I guess they like their fish. I'm not sure how well what is that? That's garlic. That looks like bok choy? Romaine lettuce? I'm not sure about the others. I'm not sure that hanging them out here would necessarily do them good. Everything is perpetually wet. And it seems to me that somebody has a significant amount of optimism by putting up a clothesline indoors. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Well, somebody was preparing a fish, it seems. Is a bathtub a usual place to put fish? Now that's a tuna. I don't think I'd care to try eating it, to be honest. Again, with the octopus. I'm assuming that's an octopus. It looks like an octopus. So, did something explode out of these, through this wall recently? Is that blood? And if it did explode out of here, where did it go? Or which way did it go, I should say? Perhaps they just made room for something. Ah, friendly local.
Let's see what you find. Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, man. Who are you? You police? I already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all live here together. Me, poor fellow Paul, Barry, and Innsmouth and Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad with the rail and kicking them, so I started fishing. I had to start.
Well, I suppose there might be a plethora of fish. It certainly seems that way.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. And he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious. Breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Roberts. The guy in Lewis's room. He started to make these horrible sounds. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That seems familiar. What is this K you keep mentioning?
Outside and show some respect. K is our Lord, our life, our love.
Sorry. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Can't be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Dr. Bascom missed everything. I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. I'm just a small worst. I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. He had mercy on us.
I'll leave it to it. Take care of yourself.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. You me? Did I kill Paul? Or did I kill him?
The police will stop anyone coming in around here, so I suggest you just try to get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might bring.
Well, if he killed somebody, doesn't have much blood on him. Actually, I haven't even seen the body yet, have I? Well, Well, what do we think? Do we think this guy killed Paul? I mean, there doesn't seem to be a drop of blood on him. And from the look of it, there was quite a bit of blood.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Oh, that's... doesn't seem like a good start. Whoa. So my guess is that Paul probably didn't kill him.
Choo choo. Choo choo.
Somebody liked their trains. But apparently didn't care for their reflection. Oh, there's another diver's helmet. Oh, okay. Where did you get the shovel from? I have absolutely no idea where I got the shovel from.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Oh yeah.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't
I
affected
forgot.
Oakmont.
This would be right in the middle of Prohibition.
So that's what a gun's mouth looks like. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Looks almost like it's made of bone. Oh, it's the same. Oh yeah, we've seen that.
surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Oh, they were playing cards, it seems. They haven't done the dead man's hand joke, have they? Black aces and black eights? Doesn't seem so.
5 cards short of a full house. There was a fierce fight here. Someone tried to flee.
Ah.
There was a fierce fight here. Someone tried to flee.
Okay. So I think we can safely say that, if I were to guess, he is not the killer, because somebody left a blood trail behind him. Oh, is that our footprints or the killer's? Nope, that looks like it's the killer's footprints, and it looks like they went out the window. Oh. That's what I'm looking for.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
Okay. Let's see what we have here.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throckmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fisherman when his hysteria expected him, and he got wounded and fled.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I didn't see you there, Cypher. I've been kind of absorbed in the game, to be honest. In case you missed it, I couldn't get the game running to start. That wasn't fun. Took me 25 minutes to get the game running. But I actually have to take a brief break for reasons of biology, so I'm going to do that. And I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment immediately. My apologies. Anyway, see you in a minute. And I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that. What am I learning here? Open the casebook. Switch to Mind Palace. Let's see. Ah. Hang on. No? Okay. Learning how to do this. Yeah, that's true. So we've got to find the missing fisherman.
Let's see what you find, newcomer. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
I'm still basically learning how to use everything in here. The floating above the bed is unusual. Oh, that's interesting. He was running, and then he stopped running. What on earth are those? I couldn't tell whether those were part of the vision or not. Oh, that's interesting. They didn't render the primer inside the shell.
The fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
What is this? The fish processing shop? Factory? A cannery, perhaps? Well, not a cannery exactly. They don't appear to be salting them, though. I hope nobody needs this stuff that I'm nicking. What do we reckon? Do we go upstairs or downstairs? No, not upstairs.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping around the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people, and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter. Somebody was wounded.
Fresh. Whoever it belongs to could not have got far.
Well, if there's a padlock, does that mean that somebody... What do you do with coil springs? Oh boy, that's not good. What on earth is that? Of course it could have just been trying to say hello, but somehow I don't think so, do you? Well, that is quite disturbing. What is that? That looks almost like a small whale rather than a shark. And what on earth is that? Alright. Well, I doubt he hung himself. It's not a shark. Teeth are all wrong. No, I think that's supposed to be... Was that supposed to be a whale? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not a typical shark's mouth.
One fatal wound to the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Oh, he's got the same features as Throgmorton. No? Ah. I'm still trying to figure out how to use the things like the memory palace and putting all the clues together. Oh. Blackwood Marsh Fish Canning Factory. I'm not exactly seeing a lot of in the way of canning. It's more like shove it all into... Why isn't he asking what on earth this thing is? I mean, that just looks peculiar. Well, it looks like we found Robert. I have to say, the atmosphere of the game is rather good. And I'm very glad to see it is not bothering the hell out of my system. Well, that's a creepy effect. Now I know we saw a sign for the bar. Blackwood Marsh Fish Canning Factory. I think someone's definition of fish canning and mine are somewhat at odds with each other. Oh, that is not encouraging at all. Feel the gentle touch of tentacles. I would not care to work in a place which had that posted up around the place. I know I saw a sign for the bar somewhere.
Join in, newcomer. Raise the sea with us.
Yes, that's not disturbing at all. I must admit it would be kind of interesting to see someone's playthrough if they cut everything together and did it as a movie so that everything was done straightforward. Yeah, so none of this exploring, just do it like you would actually, as if you were watching a movie. I would like to see that, I think. Under the Keel Bar. Alright. I think that's where I should be heading next. Doesn't anybody think that is peculiar or unusual? I mean, it doesn't look... What is it? It looks like a rat has been taken over by something. Yeah, I already saw that. Ah, there it is.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
How Mr. Carpenter's food give away with this darn port closure?
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of fortune teller.
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Well, given what we've seen so far, I would say that is an accurate statement. Oh, hang on a second, I can't see my own preview. Huh. Never mind.
Not so fast. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood,
Well, we have booze.
in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I'll fall.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
That made no sense.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
Oh, that's funny. I just got an achievement on Steam. Tempting Fate. Have your fortune read. 43.7% of players have made this achievement. Oh well, I'm not sure if it was any use, but still.
I've seen some unsightly creatures around, but never more than
No one knows what they are. Consider yourself lost. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others say they are Cain's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun hand. When you erase the memory, you send a perfect cure. Remember, better to be a captain than a brave. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Louis Flynn. Any chances here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat for newcomers.
As it happens, I know you are dead to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found you might be the dead body of an old Throckmorton. So it seems the house is in trouble. Might have even come from behind. But you hand him over, he won't be back to collect what you owe.
It gets me out of this mess. You can have it. So, he's upstairs. Here's the key. We got a promise to deal with it once and for all. And save the shooting for outside.
Smart man. Those are a good deal for the day.
Oh well, that was straightforward. Where's the stairs?
Knock it off.
Hang on. I just noticed the mermaid.
What the? Get them! Oh.
Oh, that's not promising. Well, I guess this is it.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles
Oh.
Reed, private investigator.
Well, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
My son operates. I think you know why I'm here.
Drach. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I don't want to speak. Come on.
I don't think this is supposed to be a ship.
You're faster than you can separate justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Mary gone to the sea. Well, I told him that a little.
Oh, right.
Look, if he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Alex. Focus.
Right. Well, Mary dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Frogmore would give us for saving his son. That ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, I can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall, after was that darn warehouse, me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was wrong.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a blood garbage. If you were shot to the head, hidden body, I might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, medicine. The city denied it all. So we had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family.
So you're a newcomer.
A newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters who control most of the city's underworld. The Blackwoods who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got it.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy. I have a friend. Without me, they'll
Ooh.
starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Oh dear. We are in a bit of a bind. What do we do about this little mess? What do we think? Albert was definitely murdered. Deliberately. Was he affected by hysteria? The sympathetic part of me wants to go with this defense. But he was shot in the head, impaled, and hidden. I think the truth actually is both of them. What do we think? The thing is, you see, I suspect the answer is both. Albert's condition was contagious, but the death and the way it was done, the pursuit, the hiding of the body, I'm inclined to go with this one. I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, I can change it. Let's see what happens if I change it. Decisions. I don't know which one is the correct decision, or even if there is a correct decision. Does it make any difference? If you see somebody under those circumstances, whoever, and we'll assume it was Lewis, Albert was shot in the head, he was impaled on hooks and strung up, which tends to imply, ooh, that's interesting. But he did pursue him. Now, okay, granted he wasn't necessarily in control of his actions, but technically, in the real world right now, unless he could demonstrate that he was mentally affected, pursuing somebody in that manner, if we assume he had all his mental faculties, would definitely make it murder. But we already know that he spread hysteria around him. But would hysteria necessarily... This is true. I'm not quite sure which, there definitely was anti-Throgmorton sentiment. Lewis has confirmed this part of it. He may have wanted to kill Albert. he did have a lot of hatred towards the Throckmortons. I think I am going to go aware with... Let's go with that. Yes, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go with this one. I've got a suspicion both options are correct. Hang on, can't remember which way I came from now. Well, I'm going to do... I feel almost guilty. That's a shark mouth, by the way. Just to compare with the whale.
Mr. Throckmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news. Yeah, I found your son in the basement of my warehouse. I'm sorry. He was murdered. Shot in the head and body.
It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Who is he?
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouth Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family.
Well, that's not quite how I would have said it, to be honest.
The city shall see what happens when you cross the threshold. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so
Mr. Throckmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
yes. You've heard it. Kill to think become a barrier for good. Solves a crime that these couldn't as I regrets. Remind me, what brought you to it?
I think I'm going to Mr. Throckmorton. I see things, visions, and I need to stop. I was drawn here, guided. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
Then I promised. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity. Responsible.
I mean, somehow I'm not sure that geological activity would be the reason.
Explanation. I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness are the same source. Was a bomb so we know. So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. Do you think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You won't hear the story. What happened? Defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
Do not know. Albert isn't. Albert was smarter. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I have no news for a week from Albert. The only one I would trust was a soul in his kin.
Does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'd like to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters. Thank you.
That's all you can tell me.
Let me be clear. Do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thornton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. The faculty researchman left all preparations.
Ah, that was the professor in the last will.
Finished, come see me. Family matter. It's an older. Yeah, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. Of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
All right. Case complete. And I think at this point is a good time to bring it to an end, rather than start dashing off to do something new. So, if anybody's out there still watching, thank you. I rather enjoyed this. It is slow-paced, to be sure, and obviously I had problems getting the game started. But, that was rather good. I am really liking this game. It is, very well done. So, I will probably resume playing this tomorrow. I hope you all have a good day.